Once upon a time, there was a little mermaid who lived with her family deep in the ocean. She had been told exciting stories of people who lived on land. So one day, she set off, using her powerful tail to push her to the surface. As she approached the top, a violent storm was raging. The sailing ship, carrying a prince home to meet his bride, was being torn about by the pounding waves. And the mermaid gathered him up in her arms and swam for the shore, where she pulled him up onto the beach. "Wake up! Wake up!" she said in time with the waves breaking on the shore. But as soon as he seemed to be reviving, the mermaid slipped off to a cave, ashamed. She had but a tail and no legs. As she watched him from a safe distance, say about a quarter of a mile, the prince staggered to his feet and climbed up the beach. "Now he'll never know it was me who rescued him," said the sad little mermaid.
"It could be arranged,"
came a cackling voice from deep within the cave. The little mermaid shot round, but could see nothing in the darkness.
"Of course, you want some legs, and for that you'll pay a heavy price."
Suddenly, out of the gloom, the trembling mermaid could make out,
"Now,
"Please, can you turn me into a human so I can see the prince again?"
it will be very painful, changing your tail into legs. Also, I shall expect payment for it. For gaining your legs, you will lose your voice. You must never say a single word again, or you will turn into the foam of the sea and lap against the shore for eternity. Cauliflower pastry, treacle and jam, the wickedest witch in the world, who I am.
In a flash, the little mermaid found herself outside the doors of the palace. She was dressed in a lovely, long, silken party dress, and there, poking out from below the hem, were two exquisite little feet. Gingerly, she raised the hem of her dress to reveal an ankle, and then a knee, and so on up to the top. Then the door of the palace swung open, and a sea of faces was staring at her. Some of the ladies started to snigger. The handsome prince stepped toward the little mermaid. "Listen, haven't I seen you somewhere before?" asked the prince. Poor little mermaid, of course, did not dare to reply. "I am to be married in the morning," said the prince. "I was rescued from drowning by a girl with a beautiful face, something like yours. But since I can't find her, I'm to marry someone else." The little mermaid longed to tell the prince it was her who saved him, but the witch had forbidden her to speak on pain of death.
"If you will think, perhaps you will dance with me instead," said the prince. He guided the distraught little mermaid around the ballroom floor. Her dancing, of course, was absolutely terrible on her newly formed legs, but the prince was very gracious towards her. As they stumbled past a pillar in the ballroom, a familiar witchy voice called out to her from behind it,
"Kill him! You saved him!"
The little mermaid knew the consequences of that, but then it seemed to her the waltz started to gain in speed and intensity. They were doing 30 miles an hour round the ballroom. Soon she was swirling around the room.
"Kill him! You love him!"
came the echoey voice, until the poor little mermaid could not help herself. "It was me! I rescued you!" she blurted out. The music had stopped. As tears pouring from her eyes, they were soon ankle-deep in tears in the ballroom. She rushed out of the hall, over the garden, and down to the beach, where she plunged into the foam of the sea and simply melted away. The prince decided, "There and then, I shall never marry. One is enough." He often walks along the beach with his fox terriers, and he seems to hear the faint echo of a sweet voice. "Wake up! Wake up!